All right, beautiful souls. So this message is going to be about divine justice. And if you've heard any of my previous messages around the subject, this will tie in and add some additional awarenesses to you. So if you are a part of the divine justice team here on planet Earth, it is part of your soul's mission. You may have experienced many things, whether it's going through the justice system. It doesn't necessarily have to be that. It could be even any institutions that are here on planet Earth. You might have also been a witness to different unfoldings. And being a part of this mission, it's not all the time rainbows and butterflies. Sometimes we have to go through the experiences to be the witness in what injustices are happening and what violations are happening to individuals in these systems, or even someone close to us experiencing something where they were not provided the retribution on their experiences. And so if you are resonating with this message so far, you may have a significant role in that, whether you're consciously aware of it or you're not. It doesn't really matter. Just based on who you are, based on your soul's mission and your frequency, it has a large part to do in divine justice here on planet Earth. So I'll go into a little bit about this. So we're each gifted with unique abilities that come online at various aspects of our journey. And so I'm going to speak about mine, but it might trigger some awareness for you on where these different abilities are online or coming active. We're all unique in our soul expression and in how we serve our mission here on planet Earth. And so at the start of my awakening, I was dealing with the justice system. And there was a lot of interesting events that happened as I was going in and out of courtrooms. And I remember the first day, all of the lights on the entire street went out. And I knew there was more forces that were at play in this situation and what unfolds in these courtrooms. And there's a lot of density around all of it and the people that have their hands in it. And it's basically all based on the intent of their heart and the intention behind the individuals that are working in these systems. And also, I'll share this. Your heart gets weighed against a feather, right? That's what the visual I kept seeing. Point being, everything needs to come back into balance in this reality. And to do that, things have to be witnessed. And so they have to be witnessed through our eyes. Like I said, you might have had challenging experiences or different things that have unfolded and you're like, God, why did this happen? Or why did this happen to this person? For things to be addressed, they have to be seen. God sees through our eyes what's unfolding on planet Earth. And so if you are part of the divine justice mission, then God sees through you what's unfolding here. That gets taken back and addressed with the information that's been given. So back to it. The beginning of my awakening, there was specific individuals in my experience, and it wasn't intentional and it wasn't something I was trying to do, but I would see specific individuals and I would see like an old film collapsing in on itself of the lifetimes, and I would see the individual's true essence. Didn't at the time associate it to divine justice. I just kept telling God, I don't want to see this, or I don't want to know this about this person. And so I shut that gift off because it was a lot in another aspect. And it's funny because I feel like Liam Neeson from Taken when he goes, I have a very unique set of gifts. And so another ability that is active, and I've not shared about it before, but I'll keep it very brief. I know some individuals utilize remote viewing to see what's going on in the world and all of the things that are unfolding. And what I've been gifted with is the ability to see. So what typically would happen is when an individual that's been in that experience actually invites me in to see and see it through their eyes. So when there's been significant events that have unfolded on the earth, I will be invited in to see. And that is a part of being a witness to what's unfolding. And so I know there's been a lot that's come out around the files and all of these different things that are unfolding. I'm going to just be very transparent with you. That information is veiled, so you're getting a very tiny fraction of the truth in what is actually happening. But I'm going to say that even in that, it's actually pushing more individuals to awaken. So when there has been significant events, depending on what it is, and it's not consciously chosen, it's very much by invitation of the individuals that are experiencing that, and I can step in and see what's going on. So just like what happened in Ohio with the chemical spills, just like what's unfolding currently, I won't go into too much detail, but seeing individuals that are involved in these experiences. So it doesn't have to necessarily be as big as these high-profile cases that are unfolding on planet Earth, but if you are aware of it, you potentially have a hand in being a witness and distributing divine justice here on planet Earth. And like I said, it doesn't necessarily have to be these large profile cases. It can actually be anything in your experience. And I know within the last week, there has been a lot around this popping up in my field because I was meant to share the message. And so it was prompting me to do so. And so for this, I think I'm going to run out of time. So I might potentially be doing a part 2. But like I said, you may be a part of this, and you may be just by your energetic presence in these places and spaces and seeing is enough to provide that information back to God and allow for divine justice to take place here on planet Earth. So I'm just going to leave it at that.